I'm here today at Money 2020 with the president of FinPlusTech, Rohit Kumar. Rohit, can you tell me a bit more about FinPlusTech?
So FinPlusTech is a company that's relatively new. We've been only around for about a year, but we have had a stellar first year. And this year we are releasing our new product, Risk AI. So a little bit about Risk AI. It's an enterprise management, risk management solution. A bit different from the traditional ones in that we focus on managing tail-end risk. And it's really the tail-end risk that most executives are concerned about. Things which can disrupt your business, that can destroy your business. So we have developed a very interesting methodology on how to deal with black swan events or manage black swan events through Risk AI. And that's really the star of our show this year.
So you mentioned the tail-end risk, and there has been a lot of talk recently about the challenges in dealing with black swan events and tail-end risk. Now, what would you say is the main problem in today's risk management?
There are two levels that we can see where the problems are. And honestly, we started this journey trying to search for an enterprise risk management solution, which we couldn't find. So two problems that we kind of faced, one is at a framework level, which is that most risk management systems don't really target tail-end risk or try to think of or tackle black swan events, mainly because they haven't developed the systems to properly measure the sensitivity of the business to these emerging risks. That's something that we have done. The second thing is more at a practical, empirical level, which is essentially that most systems provide a very bad, what I call, signal-to-noise ratio. What that means is that the senior executives who are in charge of making decisions and actually driving enterprise risk controls get inundated with cluttered information. The checking the boxes and crossing the T's. The mechanism today in most enterprise risk management systems doesn't exist to properly identify what's important and bubble it to the senior managers at the right time. So these are the two things really that we are trying to tackle with Risk AI. And like I said, it's something that we really looked into the market for 2 years to support some of our customers. When we couldn't find it, we partnered with several wealth management companies, etc., to create the system.
So if we talk about some examples, how, for example, would Risk AI help in sudden interest rate changes?
Okay, so that's a great example. Interest rate, fairly ubiquitous, affects all parts of the financial sector, easy to understand, right? So the first thing we have to understand is that these risk factors are not, don't have a one-size-fits-all approach from a risk perspective. What that means is that depending on how you run your business, it'll affect you in different ways. So if you are a wealth manager or an asset manager, it depends on what the underlying assets you have, how you have built your portfolio, the cash reserves you keep, etc. If you're a business, it's about how leveraged you are. So in essence, what you need is really a way of creating custom projects that capture the effect of these risk factors on your business. So that's the first level, that Risk AI does that. The second, let's talk about interest rate and what I mentioned earlier, which is the sensitivity to your business of the parameter, in this case, interest rates. So, simple example, an increase from 1% to 1.5% in the interest rate may have a very different effect compared to an increase from 1.5 to 2%, although the increments are still 0.5, right? This is what we mean by dynamic sensitivity, how sensitive you are, and not just to interest rates, but as they dynamically change. Most risk management systems don't address this. That's a key innovation on our part, We use very simple heuristics to guide these risk sensitivity measurements, which then goes into classifying the level of how much attention you should be paying for your risk.
Thanks. Now, the financial services sector is also known for its volatile regulations. How does Risk AI support the business from a regulatory perspective?
So, change management. I mean, you go talk to any risk manager and they'll tell you that change management is a nightmare. So Risk AI does all the things that your standard, risk management system is supposed to do. You can create your risk registers, you can perform or undertake analysis, you can then, like I said, derive the sensitivity to your business of these risk factors, and most importantly, you can then go around classifying it and making sure that the right level of your organization has the right information, right? So going back to regulation, one of our modules tackles, for example, a new and upcoming AI regulation, or changes in financial regulation. We have a library of that. As they change, our system has an event-driven mechanism whereby these are captured, brought to the attention of your operators so they can quickly analyze and incorporate these changes without much effort into the system.
Rohit, to sum it up, what are the 3 key benefits that Risk AI delivers?
So the first thing is situational awareness. I think I spoke about the sensitivity of the business to certain risks, but essentially what it's doing at the underlying level, when you're creating these risk registers, you're communicating via a comprehensive communications room within the system, and you're classifying risk, you're making it visible to multi layers in your organization, is you're becoming situationally aware of the tail end risk landscape. So that's number one. Number two is that it really helps in overcoming information silos. So we've designed the system in such a way that it encourages cross-functional collaboration and comments and discussions. The third one, the last one, is what I'd mentioned earlier, which is it provides multiple resolutions or resolution in terms of views. So you'll have views for the analysts, which are separate from executives, which are different from mid-level managers, each of them focusing on areas that matter to them the most.
Well, thank you very much, Rohit. Good luck and enjoy the rest of Money 2020.